guys, it's Jenn with Lady Tarot 911. It is beautiful here. We have had a lovely day. We were out this morning. Gosh, where was it? And there were a mass number of cars, and I was thinking, oh, that's what it looks like around. Oh, it was just at the grocery store, around the grocery stores, and mass people. And I thought, oh, the good old days of when Thanksgiving comes around and the mass number of people. It just reminded me of that, even though it's not like, maybe I guess people are getting ready for Halloween, but usually they have parties this weekend. Are you guys all partying this weekend for Halloween? All right, so what is this? Critical junctures, decision time. This could be getting ready to go, take a leap of faith. This is a 55 card, which is a 10. So that is coming to an end of whatever the cycle, which we're all doing. This season, the Scorpio season in November, right? There's going to be a lot of creativity, but it ends a 15-year cycle, which I talked about. So things that had just started and this huge learning cycle that we were on, this karmic cycle that we've all been on, we're wrapping that up. So whether you learned your lessons, did your work, all of that, that's kind of what's coming to an end. And so now there are these decision points of which direction do I go now, or am I going to go ahead and take that leap of faith that I worked, all these years for? And I know the direction that I need to go, but am I gonna do it? So major decision affecting the outcome, turning points to alter the course of evolution in that connection. So that connection can be anything. It could be a connection with somebody else. It can be a relationship, soulmate relationships. It can be family ties. It can also be at work, or like projects, or even within yourself. So having to do soulmate, I mentioned soulmate connection, right? So he's wearing blue and she's wearing red. And whenever I see blue and red together, it reminds me of and I mentioned it in a lot of my videos, the movie Matrix, when Neo chooses the red pill. I think maybe there has been, especially with 3 here, there's been 3 decisions, 3 junctures, 3 crossroads. I'm hearing decisions, pathways, directions to go. Or this could be 3 people and he chooses the red. He goes outside of his norm. Maybe it's been the last 15 years of the same thing, stuck in a marriage, in a relationship, same pattern cycles. And now it's really kind of at the telling point of, if you're a car stopped in traffic at a light and that light turns green and it's time to go, there's people behind you. And I very much get that, like your angels are energy essentially behind you, or your person who is encouraging, pushing, honking for them to go and make a decision. Are they going to turn right or left or go straight forward through the light? But they don't have very much time because that light's turning and it's turning fast. So, okay. Give me one more on this past life critical junctures. So this is also a very important point in time, because this is where you get to decide if you have to do this whole thing over again, even if it's not this lifetime, if you're coming back for another lifetime of, this karmic trial and lesson, or have you learned at this time? Is this the lifetime that you make that correct choice, or you go the correct direction, or you do what's best for you and your highest good? This is almost like a test. You don't get to stay in the middle. You don't get to stay stuck. You don't get to stay safe and hidden away. It looks like you take a leap, or you stay put. You stay at the red light, and then people around you will start going around you, and And that just signifies people will continue on with their lives and they will grow and they will get further along the road while you're still at the traffic light, or your person is still at the traffic light. So the traffic light is a great, what is it, like metaphor or imagery for this point in time for you or your person. It's a great image of exactly what's going on. Give me one more. Rebuilding. So this says rebuilding. So maybe there was a situation that went awry or that was broken, and now there is a decision on, you know, are you going to take that leap of faith to rebuild that? No matter how hard the road looks or how long the road looks, this is going to be something that, you know, that you choose, or your person chooses to put the time and effort and direct their energy, your energy towards. I feel like I need to read the message. I feel there's needs to be a compromise in order to move forward. We both have blamed each other and accused each other of things. I want to heal all of this with you, and I know we can build together. So somebody has faith, whether it be you or your person or both of you, starting over, but better than ever, moving forward with hard work and communication. I think that that's key, that potentially you might be teaching them. Now, this is a 30, oh, this is a 37 card. This is also a 10 card. So endings of the cycle of no communication or broken relationships or indecision, right? Being honest with one's feelings and aspirations for the connection. So being willing to roll up your sleeves, your person willing to roll up their sleeves and put in the time and effort is what's on the surface level of what potentially the energy, well, what the energy is going to be conducive for in November. But let's see what your person's going to do. Let's see what, you know, what the energy is surrounding the people who broke the connections, or the, you know, maybe not even that, but just they weren't contributing. You know, the reason this is happening, segue, the reason this is happening is because the balance, or the energy, is all out of balance, and the universe needs to balance that. So whoever wasn't reciprocally, that is a word, putting in the energy towards this connection, or your masculine and feminine are out of balance, or there's a huge imbalance with your job or whatever, and that's felt, right? And there's no energy in a relationship on one side, but on the other they're giving it all. It's not only the side that's not giving that's imbalanced, it's the side that is giving it all that's imbalanced too. Typically that's the divine feminine's lesson, and what they're learning is there's this huge give, because there's true love and there's care and unconditional nurturing towards connections. However, when they overgive, that knocks things out of balance as well. So it's really important to understand it's not just the other side. You have to learn your lessons about saying no and setting boundaries, and what is acceptable that's not going to interfere with your own life, you know, by sacrificing your own life for somebody else, especially somebody who, you know, would rather direct their energy somewhere else. So, all right, let's take a look here. I'm going to go ahead and let's do this. So give me an idea of what this, no, we're going to start here. I always change my mind. Let's see. So this could be your message, first of all, if it's resonating, but let's also get some archetypes out of what kind of, what this person's like, who is this person, and then maybe if, you know, this is your person, it'll resonate even more, you'll connect with it even more, if it's not already with the story line that started. But tell me who, and I'll pull a few of them for possibilities, because there's, you know, many people who watch this over time. Who could the person's collective be referencing? Or, okay, who in this energy with this storyline are you trying to reference for the collective? Could this be their person? So intuitive healer, this could be you. seeks unity of mind, body, and spirituality. Feminine, works in human-centered fields, restores balance, creates growth in others. This one was up or right side up when I was shuffling. So, okay, this could be within yourself. Level-headed, craves harmony, resolution, a mediator, right timing, patience, helps others feel heard, observational skills. So some type of, so there's a divorce petition here and mediation. So a go-between, maybe whoever's making this decision, right? If that's, you know, the archetype of your person. So a guide, balance between head and heart, divine, wise, sensible, shrewd, down to earth, measured actions, skillful words, and awareness. So somebody could be a guide, if not both of you, for each other. Magician, transforms, heals, invents, therapist, technology master, resolution strategist, wise, thoughtful, reflective, and contemplative. Contemplative. I was like, that's not written right. Yes, it is, Jen. Addicted lover, new beginnings, intensity of emotions, passionate, individualistic, charismatic, creative ideas, endless possibilities, and alive. Somebody who has a lot of energy and fire. A masochist, destroys what is harmful to the world, fiercely loyal, vigilant of mind and emotions, understands limitation, but works around it. So, you know, could any of these be? So intuitive healer, a go-between, a guide, a magician. Magician could be somebody who's been tricky and sneaky. Addicted lover, that could be, in the reverse, it could be somebody who, I was thinking player from this one. It could be that's what they are healing from. And we'll put, okay, so magical child, dreams and engages in imaginative play, fun childhood. So there could be age difference, there could be immaturity, a difference. Now this is green and blue. It could be earth or a water sign, earth or water. This says daydreams and engages in imaginative play, fun childhood, sees sacred beauty in the world, represents the part of us which is enchanting. So also somebody who's awakening and discovering, you know, their gifts and their possibility. I mean, if you look at these cards, right, magic, and when I say magic, basically just understanding what you have to, you know, bring to others. What are your skills and talents? What are um, you know, things that you're good at that you've been blessed with to help, you know, other people. We've got, you know, intuitive healer and a guide. I think this is really just a combination of maybe both of you. Um, you know, somebody who, this in and out player energy, you know, one who just doesn't want what's good for themselves, being tricky, but yet then here maybe potentially you are, you know, a healer, a guide, somebody who's already awakened and using their gifts and really trying to, you know, pull balance together, try and pull reciprocity, you know, into your life in all, you know, in all manners, in all ways. Okay, now let's look at, okay. All right, well, I hadn't even asked a question. This is a lot, but we'll just put them right on top of these. So somebody who's come in between, I told you with that light, right? Somebody who's come in between, or something that has come in between, whether it be a way of life, a behavior, a coping pattern, some type of addiction, people, ways of maybe dealing with intimacy or relationships, or just being adult and making, you know, the hard choices. There's somebody who has come in between you and your person, and you know, there could be gossip happening in this connection, maybe somebody trying to hold back, not maybe not tell the truth about multiple people. You know, there's 2, 4, 5, 6 women and 1, 2, 3 men here. Third party, wow. Wow, there's a lot of interference. So obviously this relationship, this issue has been affected by, you know, and this could be anything from a parent getting involved with, you know, a relationship, or, you know, some, you know, health issues, sickness, or, you know, hospitalizations, things like that that we don't think of. We always look at third party and, yeah, you know, imagery like that, and it is somebody else coming in the mix between, you know, a relationship or maybe an ex. But this also can be some type of health crisis, or, you know, big decision on, you know, how to take care of family members that are ill or aging. So fantasy, somebody's kind of in the clouds, la la land, about maybe what's happening, or there could be somebody who's involved in a relationship and they are fantasizing about you. Divorce. So this is the second time I've seen divorce. So either, you know, your person could be divorcing themselves from something, going through a divorce. You could be divorcing yourself from something or going through a divorce. Delays. That's this meddler or issue that's been causing trouble, a lot to do with morals and integrity, with this honesty card, telling the truth, um, admitting the truth to yourself or your person, but has been, that's what's been causing delays. And this says crush, so it could be that this meddler has had a crush, really keeping your person enchanted, I'm hearing, and where they are, um, you know, feeding, this could be feeding their ego, right? With a lot of attention. It could be feeding their ego with somebody who's lying to them, or they're lying to, you know, the person that they're with. Oh, but the last card is transform. So this, to me, being the last card, you know, I didn't know that this one was the last card. This situation in November is transforming. It is adjusting and changing. Now we start talking about this in, I'm going to put that actually up top. We start talking about this in October, that there's movement happening. So now this could have been, you know, this could have started like, you know, in August, where it began, you know, turning and just starting to move forward, maybe even just subconsciously. Again, 95% of what we do on a daily basis is subconscious, and it life feeds from the 5D to the 3D. So, you know, this could be starting to show up in the 3D in November. I mentioned some dates of this month because we're still in October. With this Halloween weekend, some you can find something out, or, you know, find out that things are starting to. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. I never sleep at all anymore, and I mean, I've been doing reads at 2, 3 in the morning, and cleaning, you know, the house at crazy hours, but um, so I'm tired. Forgive me for yawning. Um, I very much wanted to do this read, and I'm very much here. Um, it's just a thing. It happened. So, okay. So, anyways, the dates that I had mentioned in my last read was this weekend, or, well, it could have been this weekend or around Halloween. You might find something out. There were so many 8s in the reading, 8, 9, 10. So potentially the second week of November, 8th, 9th, or 10th, there's going to be something else that's going to be playing out. You'll find out about, or maybe your person will contact you, or you'll get information, whether that be from downloads or you know, somebody contacting you. Um, you're healing, and that's, I'm really feeling like it's like you could take it or leave it. It's almost like I'm in a good spot. I'm moving forward, even though potentially this could be still a situation that was very hurtful and not supposed to, in the scheme of things, or, you know, the way that you look at it, maybe supposed to happen the way that it did, but it did, and it did for a reason. And it obviously was because of this, you know, past life connection, that there is that past life karma needs to get cleared out, balance out, needs to be paid. And that's what this cycle over the last 15 years, you know, has been being used for. Okay. All right. Let us. So, what is the collective's person? How are they feeling towards them at this time, or how will they be feeling about them in November? What does November look like in regards to this um, situation? And I do get that it's a romantic situation because those cards, you know, usually family members aren't. Just saying. All right. So, how does the collective's person feel, or how will they feel for them? How will they be feeling for them in November? They're healing as well. Guarded. Your person is really, I think your person's getting a lot of downloads as well. They are healing. Okay, so when I said that things were rolling in November or in October, you know, those, oh, did I tell you the third date? I'm sorry. The third date is was around New Year's. So there could be some resolutions that are happening in, you know, on this. Really reminds me of those potential dates where things are wrapping up as far as your person or you healing from things, you know, things from the past. This could also mean that there's been a huge ending and transformation within your person or you that has now come to an end. And, you know, there's a real need for healing out of this situation. There could have been a lot of chaos, drama, confusion. Yeah, the Knight of Wands and the Fool. I think there could have been a lot of gossip, somebody being a trickster. Did we have trickster? Oh, magician. The look on this Fool's face is conniving and sneaky and manipulative to me. The Fool is usually a good card. The Fool is about, it can be immature energy, and this could be what this Knight of Wands. However, the way that the Knight of Wands is looking at that, I think that there's, it could be maybe this is your person and this is their person who maybe was tricking them and maybe seduce them or talk them into, I have addicted lover here, just really try to enchant them, seduce them into this situation that obviously there needed to be lessons learned from. And he, your person, could be a feminine as well, really learning from whatever that downfall of that trickster, manipulation, manipulative behavior. You know, if it's not that, it could be some type of job promise that did not, you know, work out, did not, somebody promised something in regards to a job, and I'm hearing kept him hooked, kept him on the line, not making a decision, not really like not putting the proof out there that that's what was going to take place or what was going to happen, whatever was promised, broken promises. this about potentially maybe your person taking a leap of faith or a going in a different direction that obviously broke a connection or caused upheaval for you in your world. And now they're growing from that, like maturing from that, especially with the Fool being a young energy, a very brand new, it's the beginning of the hero's journey, right? And with the World card, you would expect an ace, and this is like the ace in, this is major arcana, but this would also represent aces in the minor arcana. But whenever you find a 10 or like the World card, the end card, you'll always see a beginning card come after that. So that's why we got the Fool. But this knight is going to be taking, and it has something to do with the past, because the way he's looking, it's back at the, yeah, somebody tricked them into something. And that smug smirking, like, I gotcha, like, I wanted to do something and I got my way. And this knight is, it could be something from the past that was romantic, because he has a rose in his hand, but that look on his face, he is just pissed. You know what? And there is a lot of grumpiness in the energy right now. I felt it with myself when I couldn't get things to work earlier this morning, and I just had to really take a moment to, like, stop. And if you feel that in this energy, um, just stop everything and just listen for the quiet. And when you stop and you're able to do that, that really helps to adjust. But if you keep going and you don't take that moment, then things just get worse. And then you just get more and more frustrated. And just realize, one thing, the reason that I tell you about the energy shifts and why I feel it's so important to kind of help you guys through that is so that you're not going crazy, so that you're not the only one. If you're struggling with a really pissy day, most likely everybody else is too. And it has to do with the moon or, the planetary alignments or whatever. So just give yourself a break, right? Just know that it's not always you, but what you do with that is important. What you pull from that and learn from, and teach yourself how to adjust from that, instead of staying in that same reactionary state of whatever is happening in the world or within our environment. That's what's important. Now this one, okay, came out. Did you see it? It came out, and then it did this little flippy thing. And so I don't know. I don't know whether, so the Five of Swords is about conflict. There obviously was a conflict, especially towards, I'm guessing this is a person. God, that Fool just, ugh. The Fool is so creepy um in this deck. I love Gina's decks, but that Fool is just hella creepy, just weird, and looks so conniving. This person must have been poison on your person, literally. Or let's try and transition this to a more positive message. This person could have been a huge catalyst that actually ended up where they are a frenemy or an enemy, yes, to possibly you or your person, especially if they're a meddler and got in the way, became a third party. But there is a good possibility that this person who was in the way, that they were there to clear their own karma with them, with your person. And in doing so, is going to be a godsend, helping in a way that only they could have, of catapulting your person or the situation or the job or the, whatever this is, towards you in a better way, or helping you see things to catapult you in a different direction for better for you. So this person, although this person, if this is the person that got in the way of, trying to potentially, create a fantasy, be a seducer, person, be all over your person, and that could be an ex, or in really wanting to excite them to divorce themselves from the situation with you. This person, in a roundabout way, has become, it was maybe a catalyst for your situation, and potentially somebody that one day you will be grateful for. So thinking about it in that light, right? All right. So how does, okay, that really didn't answer my question though. The question was, how does, I mean, I guess I could have said, okay, no, I'm not going to go that way, because the message came out the way it did. The original question was how your person or the situation, what the feelings were, what the energy was in regards to you. Now, I'm going to ask it again. I'm going to use this deck though. No, I'm not. I'm going to use this deck. What is the collective's person? What are their thoughts about or feelings about them? They feel the loss of you. So 24 thief. I'm getting that they feel more like there was a loss from this situation. They might not see the karma that has come from it. They're very emotional about it. They're missing you. They're missing the maturity and they experienced somebody who took from them. This could be financially, who really created some type of loss and abandonment type of issue. If we're looking at it from a standpoint of, how they feel about that situation, and then how they feel about you, they feel like what they gave up or sacrificed, they miss you, and they miss the fact that the timing, or not timing necessarily, but the time with you, or in the situation that they don't feel has been productive at all, even though it has been from a karmic debt standpoint, right? So lilies and thief, they feel that they also, on another note, could feel that you really feel they took a part of you that was it took a lot of time. Maybe you had to be really patient, or you are being patient in regards to this person, and you've had to really take a mature standpoint in how you were going to respond to the situation, how you were going to react and behave the whole time you were maybe waiting for this person. They were acting a fool, right? And here you are growing into this beautiful, new creative, just eccentric human being, right? While they're still on rooftops, running away, acting a fool, stealing, lying, cheating, blah, 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 blah. The storyline, the narrative is so annoying at this point. I know y'all are tired of it, and it's just what has happened within the soul cycle, and in the energy. It's just a lot about all of this deceit that has happened, and how we've dealt with it as feminine, how masculine has dealt with it. Even just individually, if you're not even, if you don't, it's not about a relationship, it could just be about a job that has not been a positive. There were things to learn from it, but just not necessarily a positive, either your job or the maybe you've been lying to yourself about your job, or it could be people within your job, boss, or colleagues, right? Who have just not, it's just been a transformative experience because of the level of toxicity, and the level of toxicity gets annoying. And I know I can feel I'm getting annoyed. Maybe that's where this energy is coming from. I'm starting to heat up a little bit as I'm talking faster and a little louder, right? So what does collective think of their person? I mean, even though I went up over both sides essentially, but I want to get a more direct question on in regards to how you feel about your person, and then we'll look at maybe where this is going to go, what's going to kind of take place in November. Okay, thank you. You finally are feeling like maybe there's some divine intervention that's happening. Maybe the karma that they're getting is helping them wake up to, because there's thoughts here. Sorry, I keep trying to show the tunnel, but as I'm talking, they're really waking up through this divine intervention to what has transpired, what has happened, what they've done, or what they've done to you, the type of person that they had become. They're transforming. Remember, don't forget we have that butterfly, and butterflies have been huge lately. That's about transformation and growing and birthing into this new existence, a different person, rebuilding, fixing the damage that's been done, and really trying to make a decision about, it's a green light, go, it's time in, and then, in the end, correcting or using this lifetime to heal those wounds for somebody else or for yourself, or just making good on that on those karmic contracts. And a lot of that is through divine, showing them that there is a path, there is a way out, there is, or showing you as well that there is a direction. Go towards, the light. You can exit out of the darkness, you can exit out of these dark thoughts or this behavior, this, the murky thoughts, the entrapment, or there is a road, there's a way out. Are you or your person, are they going to take it? Are they, you've just had to really think back and reflect and hope that you're leaving it up to source, to divine. You're letting go of those outcomes and the controlling what's going to happen, still living your life and doing, becoming this. But this is just, it's like, are they gonna go towards the light? Do they want out of this cave, this tunnel? Do they want something that's brighter and not as dark? Or is this something that, they're so, this is like the, it gives a good indication of like the Eight of Swords, where, they're not trapped. They're just in your mind or their mind. They could feel like they're still in a tunnel and have no way out, but divine's trying to tell them, or source, the universe is trying to show them, change the energy up in November to show them, look, dude, there's a way for you. There is a path. There's a better way. This could also be for you. That there is a better way than the direction. If one of these stories is yours, you're connecting with this, instead of doing things the way that you did, doing things different in the month of November, right? Being creative. So let's look at what are some possibilities, or what is a potential, maybe stopping point, reevaluating point, an outcome that the collective can look forward to, if, depending on timelines, again, depending on where your choices, their choices are, everything is just, we're constantly moving on timelines, and we're constantly making choices that create that butterfly effect, like I've mentioned. I know y'all are probably sick of hearing me say it, but it's so true. It's like, that's why we can't just determine the future, from cards or from a tarot reader. That's impossible, because it doesn't work that way. So, okay, so King of Wands, somebody's taking some action. There's some action that, so in regards to morals and values and truth and tradition, now there's divorce, so potentially connection, relationship, a marriage of some sort. and communication. I think that there's this starting, the possibility. If you look at this tunnel, right? It's almost like that. It's like there, this Page of Wands is starting to get that firelit understanding that, and I really kind of get from this that maybe through this communication, through the thoughts of, they're starting to open up a level of understanding, whether it be the divine waking them up or you up, or communication, right? They're starting to light the darkness. They're starting to light this place they feel trapped, and they are seeing there is the capability, the opportunity that they are going to be able to light the way out of whatever this situation has been in, learning, along the way. Now, in regards to, they have this opportunity, whether they take it in November or whether you take it in November, to adjust and transform and shift. Nobody knows at this point until we get through November, but potential information, whether it just be within yourself or from somebody else or from them, something is lighting up a little bit. And I say little bit because this is very, very young, very new energy that's being felt, causing, this to light. And the question is with the Two of Swords, is this going to be, is this going to be a decision that they make, that they decide to do? Only time will tell. I'm not going to give you false hope. Again, things can be lit and blown out. What's important for you to remember in the month of November, I think, to take away from all of this, is right in the center, right? We've got the Transform card, and we've got the Divine Support. So, and they both have wings. So the possibility, the opportunity, the energy is all there. And which is important, because obviously that alignment, if it wasn't there but they were ready, still wouldn't work out, right? That's why there's false starts. But I really think that this is very telling of there being, it almost makes me think of just like being able to fly now, being able to soar, being able to go somewhere. So there could be somebody who is, there's 3 sets of wings. I just saw that. Oh my gosh. So there's wings there too. So somebody could be flying or traveling, moving, relocating from somewhere to, um, you know, one position to another. This could also really be indicating the transfer of information really being downloaded and understood in regards to a decision or balancing, because there's 2 people and then a bunch of sets of wings and 2 swords, and just a real, I'm getting two divorce cards here. And that can be divorcing from any type of situation, whatever the situation is that was supposed to happen for learning and growing. But this to me is really a matter of information coming from like the 5D into the 3D, and really allowing for growth. And it might be just very slow, but again, energy feeds into, the next month, the next moment, the next situation. And so we started talking about how in, August that started to happen. And I think it just continues in November. But I think that divine really, or source really starts to set in and help this person understand the need for a direction, right? there has to be a direction, but they are maturing, they are becoming a butterfly, they are, you know, what I hear is that source is really teaching them how to use their wings, right? Because they're showing the wings, they're really teaching them how to fly. This lesson, you know, past life karma being, when we, and then I'm going to close this up, when we transform out of, or when we pay our karmic debt, it helps release us from whatever the situation that forced us to stay there to learn the lesson. It releases us. And when it does that, though, we have to have some instruction on, you know, whether it's intuitively or just, you know, through this testing, karmically, you know, so on a major scale, we have to have and identify a direction to go. And I really feel like um, they're being taught how to use their wings and how to fly and how to become beautiful. Because you have been, you know, you have been becoming a beautiful, you know, example to them. And as you can see, there's roses around the butterfly. They're learning to do this as well. Now, how much y'all, you know, come together or fix a situation is still unfolding. So I think it's important to remember that and not get set on an end date or an end goal, um, because that's always maturing. That's always, there's so much to learn along this journey that, um, you know, is there an end? I don't know. Um, just allow, however, and as much time as needed, just you continue to, you know, keep flying with your wings and being beautiful and growing, and allow, you know, allow divine. School takes what, you know, 12, 13 years to get through. Hopefully it won't be that long, but allow the time for them to learn how to use their wings, because obviously they weren't taught. You know, they wouldn't be paying this karmic debt if they were taught, or, you know, you, you know, learning, okay, well, this is not the job I want. This is not how I want to do this. This is, you know, I'm learning about, you know, manipulative people in the workplace, or the fact that I have tricked myself, or, you know, that maybe I allowed somebody to trick me, or, you know, with finances, or, you know, how to balance out logistics and emotional so that I don't overgive, like we were talking about in the beginning. So anyways, I think that it's just still moving. It's still, you know, there's going to be a decision, you know, critical. It's at a critical juncture time for them to make a decision. And you're going to continue on. You have nothing to worry about because you're rebuilding already. You're rebuilding yourself. And, you know, that's what's most important. Hopefully that helps you guys, and you guys have a wonderful rest of the weekend. If you like my videos, if you could like the video and subscribe if you're not a part of my soul family already, and would like to come back, I would love to have you. Anyways, see ya.